This is the ultimate demonstration of how a legitimate, respectable league handles its top players, and Caitlin Clark just leaked video of herself training in Europe.
No matter how the cachet of the WNBA elevates, remember, it could have been even better. You messed it up. You messed it up.
There is no one eye prodding her or one hip checking her into the stands. You can almost see the light on Clark's face as she appears free, happy, and totally unconcerned. The days of putting up with cheap shots, dirty hits, and all that foolishness are over.
So now give me the reason why. She's gone.
The finest part comes next. Clark is finally able to concentrate on what she does best, dominating on the court, because there is no racial tension or plotting against the league's best players in Europe. The difference is obvious, and it's no wonder she's soaring in a league that truly understands how to respect greatness.
I have honestly never seen a company fumble the bag so hard like the WNBA fumbled Caitlin.
It's like a whole new Caitlin Clark, and she's having the time of her life. She's grinning, hitting threes like they're layups, and throwing no-look passes like it's just another day at the park. She's playing like she's finally free from all the nonsense, free from all the cheap shots, and definitely free from the constant hate she had to deal with in the WNBA.
I think it's a good number. Threes were a little bit, I wouldn't say lower. I'll still take 63, but I want to be more so around 70 if I can. 81 mid-range is really...
There isn't any fear, hesitation, or concern about whether she will be slapped across the face or have someone try to drag her out. Nope, in Europe, they genuinely value talent, love her, and celebrate her. She isn't avoiding elbows or unsavory glances. Instead, she is finally being treated like the superstar she is. It's as though she has escaped a nightmare and found success in basketball.
And it sucks that so much of it was riddled with so much drama and so much negativity and so many missed.
And you know who's going crazy? The WNBA. Yes, the league that believed they could just stand by and watch as Caitlin Clark was repeatedly poked in the eye, body-checked, and treated disrespectfully, is crying now and complaining about how they lost their star. But let's face it, it was their fault because they made it intolerable for her. How many times did we witness Clark take a cheap shot with a referee standing there as if nothing had happened? And what did the WNBA do? Nothing but allow it to continue.
Like we talked about in our locker room after the game ended, where obviously people were pretty disappointed in that.
However, in Europe, they don't have that mess. No Kennedy Carter has blindsided her. No John Carrington is vying for her attention, and nobody is out there trying to ruin her because she's different from them. She's not dealing with players who despise her because she's a straight white girl ruling their league. They only care about basketball because it's clean, pure, and a legitimate league that values talent and the game. And yes, they treat Clark like the queen she is. Meanwhile, you can practically hear the sobbing back at the WNBA headquarters. Perhaps this is because you treated her like a punching bag rather than the face of your league. Or perhaps it's because you allowed other players' jealousy and hate to ruin what could have been the best rookie season ever. The WNBA made this mess, and now they're frantically trying to figure out how to fix it.
Clark has now broke that glass ceiling, and they should be bowing at her. She's going to create jobs and money.
To hell with the WNBA. They're nothing. They're nobody. No one's watching.
They blew their golden ticket, and now Clark is playing in a league that respects its stars. No one is elbowing her or trying to take her down because of some racial agenda. It's just basketball the way it should be. And the best part is that she's smiling and laughing, looking incredibly happy for the first time in her life. This is because she doesn't have to watch her back anymore. In Europe, they actually admire her talent and don't hate her because she's amazing. The WNBA spent the entire year writing her critiques, and now they will have to face the brutal truth of their incapacity. Without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA was just a glorified scrimmage league that no one was interested in. However, she single-handedly increased the league's viewership by an incredible 142% in 2024.
The most expensive seats to see Caitlin Clark were selling for over $4,000. When she played Angel Reese in the regular season, average ticket was selling for $300.
Now that she's gone, what's left for the WNBA are a group of players who can't even hope to garner half the attention Clark did for the league's social media presence. Yeah, good luck with that. Whether it was her no-look passes or her draining half-court threes, Clark's viral moments were the only reason people bothered to check Instagram, TikTok, or any other platform with the WNBA's name on it. The WNBA without Clark is like a car without an engine going nowhere and is totally unwatchable.
They're not offering tickets in those sections because they can't sell the damn seat.
And may we briefly discuss her pay? What a joke the WNBA believed they could get away with paying their best player peanuts while she was virtually carrying the league on her back. Clark was earning $70,000 in her inaugural year.
When they got eliminated from the playoffs, the attendance dropped.
Though the WNBA continues to treat its players like they work part-time at a fast food joint, you think the other players aren't aware that the WNBA is about to witness a full-on exodus of talent, and Clark is leading the charge. No one in their right mind would stay in a league that can't even pay its best player what she's worth. However, now that Europe is throwing 10 times that amount her way, Clark won't have to put up with the WNBA shit.
And even our biggest star in the league, Caitlin Clark, is only making a base salary of around $76,000 or $78,000 for this first season. She signed.
Without Clark, the WNBA sponsorships and endorsements are on the verge of collapsing as well. Brands like Nike and Adidas weren't spending money on the other players. Instead, they were doing it because of Clark, who was the golden ticket and the face of everything they wanted to market. Now that she's gone, those brands are most likely planning their exit strategy, because why should they continue to exist in a league that is collapsing without any star power? The WNBA essentially sabotaged itself when they lost Clark.
Feel like there could be a team overseas who would love to snatch Caitlin Clark away from us and give her a crazy offer. I mean, Ice Cube was about to give her $5 million to play in less than 10.
Meanwhile, the leaked foot of Clark training is being devoured by Europe, producing a flurry in Spain, Turkey, France, you name it. With Clark spearheading the charge, European basketball is poised to become a global powerhouse. Their teamwork and precision skills are a perfect fit for Clark, who is set to elevate her game beyond anything the WNBA could ever hope to provide. She will no longer be subjected to cheap shots, dirty hits, or drama.
Announced yesterday they plan to commit $50 million over the next 2 seasons so players can fly on chartered planes. The league faced backlash on social media when Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark and the team were seen walking through a Dallas airport headed to a commercial flight.
Players in Europe are treated like celebrities thanks to their chartered flights and first-rate lodging. It's obvious why more and more players are viewing Europe as a golden ticket. The European League is emerging as the true destination for women's basketball, and the WNBA is just sitting there without any idea why. Compare that to the WNBA scraps and all of that WNBA commercial flight nonsense, and the salary Europe is throwing around $500,000 per season, not including all the other perks that come with it.
Professional level and voiced frustration with the league's officiating, recently telling reporters, quote, "I feel like I'm getting hammered and everybody is physical with me, and opponents get away with things that other people don't get away with." That's what Caitlin Clark said.
In addition to transforming her personal career, Clark is also transforming women's basketball as a whole. The WNBA once believed they were untouchable, but now Europe is the future, and to be honest, given how they handled Clark, the WNBA deserves to be forgotten.
With the WNBA season ending for many teams, there are already so many players heading overseas to play during the off-season. But with all of the drama currently surrounding the WNBA, on top of the low-paying salaries, some of these players are questioning if they'll even...
The WNBA may weep all they want and complain about losing their biggest star, but the reality is that they forced her to leave and made it impossible for her to stay. Now that they're paying the price, they're left wondering how they allowed their future MVP to leave and take over Europe.
Why aren't these fans? If the WNBA is more, it is, and I get it. Why are people?
You can't treat a player like Caitlin Clark the way they did and expect her to stay in the league while she's out there living her best life, and the WNBA is mired in the mess they made. And to be honest, they deserve every bit of it. When the NBA made its biggest error, Europe stepped in and gave Clark what she deserved, a league that values her devoted supporters and, most crucially, a game devoid of drama.